Hello everyone, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, Realm Reborn, Pray Return, Part 3. Last time, Rahana was enlisted by Canacena to go to the other city-states to speak of a memorial service being held for the fallen of Cont now 5 years past. We also helped each city-state with a little issue they had, whether it be pirates in Sahagin in Limsa, Void Scent and the Children of Dalamud from Gridania, and finally the resurgence of giants in Fanalan. And with all that well said and done, we then helped a poor damsel in distress from a bandit, and we had another echo, a moment where our powers emerged and we saw a glimpse of the past. Now, we also met Ida and Papalimo again, and they have enlisted us to go and meet with them with their group, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. And that's going to be today, chat, where we're going to be going to our first, technically, trial. It isn't a trial. I will explain more about that as we get there. But it isn't technically a trial, it's something else entirely, but I'll explain that when we get to that point. Ramodi, how's it going? Wait, that's not me. Seems like that are becoming ever more common, I'm afraid. Don't worry though, if you work hard, you'll probably be alright. Did I become a hero? Saying that, if you find yourself in a spot of bother, come and see me. Don't go pestering me every time you graze your knee, eh? Of course, I do enjoy hearing a tale of a gentleman's woes with the womenfolk from time to time. Speaking to, hi, I'm here now, the main count. Someone has main protagonist syndrome. Ah, Rahana. Rahana. Sorry to keep you waiting. I got your name wrong. I apologize. I was just providing guidance to a fresh off the carriage adventurer. But gods, it's good to see you safe and well. To look at you, no one would ever guess you'd been hard at it with giants in the dark. Every elmly adventurer Miriam said you would be, Rahana. The station master will be overjoyed when he hears the news. Oh, before I forget, there's a lass here who wants a word with you. Didn't actually know your name, but hearing a description, I knew who she meant right away. Damsel in distress? Oh.
Thank you for sparing the time. I realise you don't know me, but I've been longing to speak with you for a while now.
About?
My name is Edda. I'm an adventurer like you, though I'm not very good at being one, if truth be told. Anyway, I was adventuring with my friends in Gridania I'm sorry. We were in Gridania when the leader of our group was killed. His name was Avia, and he were I to be wed in the spring. You may not remember him, but to say that he remembered you would be an understatement. He would sing your praises from dawn to dusk. I think I spoke to him once. He saw you for what you were, you see, an adventurer's adventurer, and swore that he would be like you one day. I believe that he would have succeeded, had a fiend not robbed him of the chance. Since that day, I have thought long and hard about giving up adventuring. But when I think of the man you are, of all that you've achieved, I find that I am inspired, just as Avia once was. So, I decided to start again as an adventurer. I will go back to the village of my birth and begin my training anew. But I wanted to meet you first, to ask you your name.
It's Rahana Ayashi, not Rahana, like Moody said.
Rahana Ayashi. I shan't forget. Thank you, Rahana Ayashi. I pray that we will meet again. Fare you well.
So she comes off as very kindly in that cutscene, and I think she is being genuine there. But knowing what happens later on in the dungeon, the endless dungeon, yeah, it's a bit creepy. At least for me anyway. Adventuring can be a cruel, bleeding business. Time was, I don't know why anyone would bother. When they first asked me to take charge of the guild here, I didn't want aught to do with you lot. Thought it'd be a right pain in the arse looking after you all. But against my bad judgment, I decided to accept the post. And I'm full glad I did. feel privileged to be a part of your lives. And that goes double for you, Rahana. Okay, if you're going to keep calling me that, we're going to have a problem, Moody. I'll just turn it into a bit. That way I didn't make a mistake earlier. Eh? What did you say? You want to know about the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? They're beginning to move in earnest then. Listen, Rahana, the Scions are not ordinary folk, and the work they do ain't no ordinary work. I know full well how capable you are, but even you would think twice about attending some of the stuff they do. Knowing that, if you're still certain you want to get involved, I'll tell you what I can. Wonderful. I would love to hear it. I'm excited for this episode because, like I said last time, we're going to be meeting a lot of my favourite characters. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn! Modi is ready to tell you what she knows about the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. So you want to know more than you do? Well, that ain't a surprise. I swear if I painted certain death on one door and limitless wealth on the other, 9 times out of 10 the adventurers would go for the first, and the other bloke wouldn't be able to choose on account of being olden. Anyway, don't say I didn't warn you. First of all, if you're wondering whether you can trust these Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you can. They're good people who've made it their mission to solve some of Eorzea's most pressing problems. Of course, that ain't no small task, and so they're always looking for dependable individuals to join. Including you, Rahana. Now, I've been given lease to tell you where to find the Scions, but you must promise to keep this information to yourself. As you can probably imagine, it's something Eorzea's enemies very much like to know. The Scions are headquartered in Vesper Bay, out in western Fanalan. The place you're looking for is called the Waking Sands. Give them your name to whoever's at the entrance and you'll be let in. You're a man in demand, Rahana, and the days ahead promise to be busy, but I hope you won't forget about them as help make your way into the adventure you are. Drop in and tell them how far you're faring from time to time, you hear? Right. Well, I've heard said my piece. Off you go. You have a very interesting way of speaking, Modi, and I'm looking forward to leave right now. So yeah, we're going to walk over there because I want to establish something here that is actually going to be more of an issue in this playthrough than it was when I first played. So, they haven't fixed this. I feel like they should have fixed this. But in Final Fantasy XIV, we have a place called the Waking Sands in Realm Reborn and some of the patch content. Now, back in 1.0, there was a lot more emphasis, or 2.0, sorry, there was a lot more emphasis on travelling on feet. Aetherites were seen more so as a luxury of getting to the area we need to get to. The issue is the area we are going to, the Aetherite is not close to the place. So the Aetherite in question is here in Horizon. The Rising Sands is here. Waking Sands, sorry, not Rising Sands. And it doesn't look too far. On foot, it's a lot longer. And you're going to be returning a lot to the Waking Sands, hence why that is a meme. So, usually you teleport here and then go over there. You can also go down here and right up here. It's actually far better to go to, I think, Alaport, because that will take you to... Yeah, if you go here, you can just teleport there straight away. I am going to be showing this the first time, and then every other time you're going to get the luxury of teleportation. So, with that in mind, let's ride over there, shall we, and enjoy our ride towards the Waking Sands. But I don't think it's a spoiler to say that a lot of the characters we're going to be meeting in a second are mainstays for the plot. Something that you wouldn't really think going up to Stormblood, considering they kind of feel like tertiary main characters who are always there, but aren't necessarily tied directly to the plot line. There are exceptions to this as we'll go along, but you'll kind of see that as well. After Stormblood and Shadowbringers, they get a lot more focus and a lot more to do. And it's one of the reasons why I love Shadowbringers so much. It gives the characters who we've seen for so long some much needed character development. And it really gives them a chance to shine. And yeah, we're going to be meeting a bunch of them right now, and it's going to be exciting. Not going to say which ones are going to be the more important characters, but I feel like everyone knows who Ishtola is. Even if you haven't played Final Fantasy XIV, she's kind of like the mascot character of this game. So when Deceive came out, I think she's the character who they chose to put in that, not the Warrior of Light. I might play Deceive someday, just to see the cutscenes, but we'll see. But we are already here, we are already at Awakened Sands. This whole region called Awakened Sands? No, it's called Vesper Bay. It has been so long since I've been here in the game. It looks so small compared to the other hideout they now use. Anyway, let's go meet Tataru. Deep in the desert of my heart. Okay, we're not doing that voice. I was thinking of doing that voice for her, but we're not going to do it.
Deep in the desert of my heart, a lonely flower blooms, yearning for the heavens above to quench my thirst for you. Tra-la-la-la-lol, la-la-lol.
Hell of an introduction to your character, Tataru.
Wah! I would thank you not to sneak up on me like that. Now, please be advised that this is a private property. Unless you have pertinent business here, I must ask you to...
I'm here to see your boss, your manager.
Here at the behest of Ida and Papalimo. My sincerest apologies. May I please have your name? I like how your immediate reaction as a receptionist is to tell me to go away. She's like security. She's actually the bouncer instead. Yeah, it's me. My name's Tataru. I keep everyone out with my powers. Wahana Iyashi, Wahana... Oh, here you are. Ahem. I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands, headquarters of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. My name is Tataru. I look forward to assisting you during your time with us. I think I said her name wrong whenever I first played this game, but obviously now I know it off by heart. The antecedent is within the solar. Is it solar or solar? I think it is solar. I shall let her know to expect you. Ooh. Lots of dialogue is going to be happening.
So the reason why I was giving her that voice is there was a famous Final Fantasy XIV YouTuber who kind of gives her like the cigarette, like wise old person kind of voice, and I could do that, but let's keep it close to what the original voice is, which is the cute Tataru voice, cute Taro voice. I think her name is a riff on Taro, which is the name of the Lalafels in Final Fantasy XI. And if you remember Final Fantasy XI from the Voyage Through Vana'diel series, I had problems with them, with their way of speaking. It was very silly. Luckily in this game they did not go down that route, because that would be crazy. Even the Mikote in that game, called the Mitra, I think they were called the Mitra, they spoke like wow, ah yes, purr, that kind of thing. Anyway, we got some characters here. The antecedent made me an offer I couldn't refuse, that if I joined I would get to fight against the Primals and the Imperials, both to my heart's content. I know I could get the same by enlisting against one of them grand companies, but I've been partial to saluting, if you know what I mean. The receptionist is something else. Did you perchance notice how small she's written the names in her role? Couldn't make out a single one, no matter how hard I tried. Sorry, I was just trying to make out a conversation. This whole affair has me all worked up. I thought for sure that there was some sort of scam, and that they rounded up helpless adventurers for some nefarious ends. That would be a hell of a plot twist. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn actually just being like criminals and all scammers. In another universe, Tataru is like a head of an evil syndicate because of how smart she is with the marketplace. But now that I've seen the facilities for myself, I must confess, it looks legitimate. I had a dream unlike any other. I was myself, but then I became something more. When I spoke with the others, they directed me here. Did you have one too? Right. So, we're not going to be getting that much of Amalj'aa in this, but it's very cool that he's here, literally the first time we come here. Amalj'aa has the echo, I think, which is the same thing we have. They don't go that much into detail about it, but he has the same ability as us. It's so nice to be back here. It's like coming back home to like a warm, cozy blanket, just filled with nostalgia. The waking sands fills me with joy. Lady Minfilia. I can't handle the smile on my face right now.
Well met, friend. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the 7th Dawn. I have awaited your coming.
That was not the voice I was expecting.
Please, be at ease. You are among friends here.
I forgot how the two on the right sounded in the Realm Reborn. About to find out, I guess.
No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience. All will be revealed in time. First, let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do.
We are a group of scammers, and we've scammed you.
We are the Scions of the 7th Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose.
Damn, what mean things to say about a rock band. There was a rock band called the Primals that consists of a bunch of composers, I think, of Final Fantasy XIV, and they usually do concerts during FanFest period. The more you know.
Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us. Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness?
Yeah, multiple times.
Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space, a mind without a body? All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul, a power known as the Echo. The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past. You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events.
The Echo itself is basically a means to give you additional plot without characters having to explain it. Like, it is, explained in the plot here of us having that ability, and they do explain it later as well. But the Echo has always been used as a means to foretell previous events. They've been using it for ages. Even in Dawn Trail, they still use the Echo. And it's convenient, admittedly. It's a plot convenience kind of thing, because you might be asking the question of, oh, it only activates during this. If it activates during this, you'd better be able to find out a bunch of plot points. Yes, you could. But it's always deemed as a way to give you a bit of extra background or something, rather than fully just showing you something crazy, usually most of the time. Usually that's reserved for an actual important scene in the plot.
For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power, and this power is strong within you. It is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose.
Yeah, it's kind of random.
That's right. I too possess the Echo. With that established, let us return to the subject of the Primals. So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace. Measures must be taken. Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent. Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea.
Don't ask that. Rahana can't give you an answer to that. Definitely was doing no crystal tower magic to do this.
But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it? And so I implore you, lend us your power.
Interesting here that they mentioned multiple gods giving us the power. I don't know if there's a plot hole at all, but like, it is basically confirmed early on that it is the gift of the Mother Crystal, Hydaelyn. Maybe that was something they decided to retcon in the patches, but the way Minfilia says that it was a gift from the gods implies that he thinks it's from one of the 12 who gave it to us, which isn't true. The 12 did not give us those powers. The 12 are basically like a god, like kind of group that are seen across Eorzea. I mentioned Helone before, but it's also Nothica, Phaliac, Orphus, those kind of things.
Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and at a word from me, they will gladly afford you certain privileges that might otherwise be denied you. The right to employ retainers, for example. Are you familiar with them? They are individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets and belongings on your behalf. They're basically going to be your mums, basically. I've already got a mum. Her name's Miriam. Taro. The papers you requested, my lady. So tiny. The cutest of the cutest and most dangerous of Thalafels. She is not to be underestimated in her savagery and brutality. You do not want to get on the wrong side of Tataru. Thank you, Tataru. The pleasure is mine, my lady.
So, a big difference again to how they would do cutscenes now. This entire cutscene will be voiced. They would not just do half the cutscene and then go on to the actual thing. This whole thing would be a voice cutscene. There are more voice cutscenes nowadays than there were back then. I think like back then it might have been like 5% of cutscenes are voiced, maybe less than that. But now it's more like 15 or 20% of cutscenes are going to be voiced.
As by way of a welcoming gift, I have taken the liberty of adding your name to the retainers registry. As of now, you are entitled to employ the services of a retainer. You will need to consult a retainer vocate regarding the particulars of this arrangement, but believe me when I say the retainers will prove invaluable to you in your adventuring endeavours. Let this gesture serve as evidence of our commitment to do all in our power to facilitate your personal objectives. In return, we ask that you aid us to the fullest extent of your abilities or talent, Same thing. A mutually beneficial relationship, I am sure you will agree, and one which serves the greater good besides. Well, that was a veritable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but it is important that all concerned are aware of what is expected of them. Now you know our purpose and what we can offer you, I invite you to consider joining us. When you have come to a decision, you may tell me without fear of censor.
Is there no interview process? I guess I kind of went for an interview with Eden and Papalimo.
We really need people. We're desperate. We're really clinging on. We don't have a whole lot of people to help us.
You're good you found me then, isn't it?
In good faith, I shall entrust you with our order's password, which our members use to reach one another when afield. It is Wild Rose. Pray keep it safe.
What Royal Rose? I've heard that's quite a good name. There you go. The Waking Sands. Pray return. And we have met the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Hiring a retainer. So, I'm not going to go into this because it's not going to be important for the MSQ, but you have a retainer. They can do a bunch of things for you. That's all I'm going to say on it. Well, hello there, you two. I'm sure you two won't be important at all. Oh, they're so young. Oh, they're such babbies. Oh,
Look at them. Our organization, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, was formed through the union of two separate entities. The first was comprised of Charlian natives such as myself, and was called the Circle of Knowing. The second, made up of individuals that share your gift, was known as the Path of the 12. The terrible events that ushered in the Seventh Umbral Era taught us that only together may we stand against the evil that seeks to consume us. Summoning a primal is no small feat. It requires a tremendous concentration of aether, which is why the beast tribes go to such lengths to obtain crystals. Once they manifest in physical form, their unquenchable thirst for ether only grows stronger. They would drink the land dry if nary a thought of the consequences. Considering their fearsome strength, it could well be within their ability to do so. It is for this reason we must do our utmost to oppose them. This is Thancred, and this is Y'shtola. A lot of people call her mummy in the community. I can kind of understand why. I'm not into Y'shtola, but I know why people like her. And yeah, bunch of cool characters. So the thing worth knowing about this is the reason why we have a selection of characters here, even in the first place, is the fact that these characters come from 1.0. There was already a storyline of them and the Warrior of Light in there. In fact, everyone who was part of 1.0 is in the credits to that game. Everyone who took part in that. I think they're also in the credits to Realm Reborn as well. Now, there's basically everyone who had a character, and I think they're all called Meteor Survivors, or Meteor Warriors of Light. So everyone who was there was involved in the war against the fall of Dalamud and Gaius's troops. And yeah, now we've got the characters from 1.0 here. So we're not playing as the same character from that. Although it is implied to a certain extent that we might have been teleported away, as you see during the intro. But my headcanon is this is a whole new adventurer, and the guy who was 1.0 just died. Maybe Rahana could be the 1.0 character, and Xigbar was the 2.0 character. I don't know. While there are others who possess the Echo, none are near as strong as you are with the power. Hence, our extremely high expectations of you. The place is called the Waking Sands, and it's our headquarters. It used to be somewhere else, you know, but then a bunch of things happened. We ended up here instead. Right, that's the reference, basically. There was a 1.0's hideout. I think it's different. I don't know where 1.0's hideout is, actually. Hello. 7 wanton moons seen 7 suns rise. Divine orders royal, fallen corpses rive. Thus the divine chronicles seeketh to warn us once more. The meaning of these words now shines clear. They evoke the dire circumstances of this impaled world, age. The realm doth shudder and twist, and the dawn life cowering neath the stifling blanket of night. And we abide. We await the coming of the unborn era's seed, the light which shall pierce the glowing darkness. The fuck did you just say to me? I don't know if to be insulted, impressed. I don't know. I don't like to cut your chip, oh young Jay. I think you might be a bad character, though. We Scions have but one objective, to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Long have we striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea, but I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Pray consider this when you give me an answer, Rahana. I will go whither the wild rose blooms. Okay, you nerd. Yours is no small endeavour. The dangers are great. Yours is no small endeavour. Small? No. Worthy? Undeniably. We labour for the good of all the realm. Wait. I think I could actually say it. Okay, I'm a nerd. Yeah, there we go, I'm a nerd. A wild rose by any other name is still a wild rose. Minfilia is waiting to hear whether or not you will pledge your support to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
I take it you will help us.
Damn, another voice cutscene immediately after. We are being spoiled today, aren't we?
Wonderful. I knew you wouldn't let us down. But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like the others haven't talked yet, and we need to hear their
Tell me,
voices.
does the name Sharlayan ring any bells?
Not how you pronounced it. Sharlayan.
It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard.
I think they didn't really give the characters that much in a way of pronunciation for their characters in 2.0, so you're gonna have to bear with them a little bit. I actually think Minfilia's voice actor is pretty good in her role for 2.0, and I'm kind of sad they changed her for the other patches.
The Sharlayans were the keepers of wisdom, both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons. Those same brave souls stand before you now.
Even Ida.
The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Popalimo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello there.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, we've already heard Ida's voice.
Welcome.
Dun, dun,
I had every confidence that you would agree to help us.
Me too.
Their friendly rivalry is so interesting.
Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
This is Thancred. Oh my god, it's him! It's the meme guy!
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
I cannot wait to hear his voice because I've completely forgotten how he sounded.
Welcome to the team.
Oh, not that different.
If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Y'shtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
So, I can do Y'shtola's voice. I know how her voice sounds. It's a little bit nasally, and, you know, deep as well. It's kind of like this. So I'm wondering how she speaks in 2.0 with her original voice actor.
Greetings.
Again, not that different. I mean, they got sound-alikes, I think. They got people who sound like the other voice actor.
Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs
Yeah,
within
no,
these
very
walls.
similar.
Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night.
Again, Urianger's voice is also similar. I guess maybe I didn't give them enough credit. How dare you
Words of a
speak
dear
in that?
friend. I'm glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us. But we did not stray from our purpose. We sought out Minfilia and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk.
Oh,
She ensures
yeah,
that
no,
everything runs
every other
smoothly.
name has been pronounced perfectly, but it's not Tataru, it's not Tataru, it's Tataru. Like Taro.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Oh my god, she is so much more like cute anime girl in this. Oh.
In time, I hope you will come to think of us as family. But without further ado...
So one of the reasons why everyone got replaced in Heaven's Sword is, I think more so professional courtesy as well. They knew that these characters would be staying around for a longer period of time, and the voice actors they already had, I don't think were contracted for the other expansions, perhaps. So they were of a mind, basically, to just do a clean slate, everyone getting new voices. There's a few exceptions to that. There are a few who retain their voices, and I'll mention them when we get to them. But for the most part, everyone gets replaced in Heaven. So it's not one person, it's mostly every single member of the cast. At least all the cast in the base game is replaced. Because I think also they wanted to go for a little bit more professional voice acting as well, and wanted to get people who could really nail their lines. And we'll see that from 3.0 going onwards, because it is extremely good in spots.
I would assign you your first task. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldesion?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a request for aid from the Immortal Flames. Thancred, would you do the honors?
It would be my pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amalj'aa and Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo.
The people who we did the dungeon for last time, the Ink of Bell Mines, that's the same group of people.
But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence. Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day.
However,
this time we have reason to believe that a primal is involved.
a primal?
Aye. The evidence left behind implicates
Okay, how's he going to pronounce it?
who are known worshippers of Ifrit.
Worshippers? Oh lord. I don't know how many times they let the people record this dialogue.
If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation.
Right.
You have my thanks.
Yes. No, I mean, throw me straight into the frying pan. I can do this. It is fine. There's no better test than test by fire, I feel.
If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ul'dah.
Ever at your service, dear fellow.
And as he will be going forward, this handsome bloody man. Well, we got our team! We got our team of the Scions! Lovely. Lovely, our first quest. And as I said, yes, our first trial. It's not, like, I'm not really hiding the fact that it's going to be with a feat probably. So, I'm going to be doing this with all the hideouts and a lot of the dialogue. If there is flavor text, I'll be reading it out, basically. So, whenever we return to the hideout, I will get a chance to read it. Mainly because I didn't do too much of that in 2.0 or 3.0, so I'm interested to hear what they actually have to say. I usually just went straight towards the quest marker, but now that I've got a bit more time, I'm like, why don't I listen to the dialogue here and see what everyone has to say? Through this first mission, you will come to understand the nature of our struggle with the primals. The realm may appear well on its way to recovery, but reality paints a far bleaker picture. The truth is out there, Rahana, and I would have you discover it for yourself. Trial by fire, as all members of our Scion group go through. You should have seen Ishtola's first trial. We threw her directly into the water, even though she is a cat person. Ready to begin, are we? That's the spirit. So then, your mission is to investigate a crystal robbery and a spare of abductions. Crimes which we believe to be connected. Assuming we are correct, it is like that any discoveries we make in relation to one will further our understanding of the other. Now, since the attack on their caravan, our friends at Amalj'aa and Son Mineral Concern have doubled security over all their shipments. In light of this, it is my judgment that the abductions should be our priority. According to our preliminary findings, the majority of the missing were last seen in the vicinity of Camp Drybone, so that would seem a fine place to begin. A fellow by the name of Isambard serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit and see that he gives us his full cooperation. Bend a few fingers if you will, Rahana. Oh, Rahana is great at bending fingers. So yeah, we're going to pray leave the Waking Sands. So I'm going to see you guys at Camp Drybone through instantaneous teleportation. Bam! And we're here. Isambard, how's it going, buddy? Oh, I'm Isambard. Here to search for the missing folks, I take it. Minfilia sent word that an adventurer fitting your description would be along. She also warned us to beware of the Amalj'aa. It seems we know who the culprits are, at the very least. Now, I bear no official title at the camp, but the people here have come to look to me for leadership, although you can call me Delta Squadron Alpha Man, if you wish. No, I'm good. You have my word that I'll do all I can to help see the victims safely returned. Unsolved Mystery. Ethan Bard of Camp Drybone, seeking help to solve a mystery of missing persons. Let us get right to it then. Minfilia names the Amalj'aa culprits in all this. You would do well to investigate them first. Much harm has been levied on these lands by Amalj'aa hands. The flames burn where they might, but their light cannot stay the darkness in all places at all times. There have been brutal murders of callers at the church of Saint Adama Ladama. Innocents wishing no more than... Did a Lalafell name that? Because that sounds like something they would name. Innocents wishing no more than to pay their respects to the dead. The poor souls deserve a proper burial. I would see to the deed before Mongols catch their scent, but I know not if the Amalj'aa still linger. Will you secure the remains, me friend? You will find them on the Eastern Road. I love how they're disguising finding out more about the Amalj'aa by giving me this busy work. 12 willing, you may even come to learn something of what the Amalj'aa seek in this area. This is something they started doing more as well in the later Dawn Trail. And it's something that I think kind of suffers a bit. Now, the difference between Dawn Trail and an expansion like Shadowbringers or Endwalker is the mystery is kind of non-existent. In Dawn Trail, the whole idea of the first half of the game is you're going to all these regions and talking to these tribes and finding out about them. And that's all well and good. But I think the mystery there is not as apparent as in how Shadowbringers and Endwalker handles those areas. And because of how you do the same thing over and over again and Dawn Trail gets very repetitive. I'm hoping that in 8.0 we go a different route in terms of structure. While I enjoy finding out about a new land, it happens in every single one of those areas basically. At the beginning we get from one of the main characters, let's find out about this place. Cool, but I don't want that to be every single location, and I'm hoping that we get more maybe rural locations, places that don't have like creatures in them, where the God-given role of the area is just to firstly introduce ourselves to everything in it. Like, that is obviously the point, but there are different ways of doing it that are not going to feel repetitive. And this is something that Realm Reborn kind of does a little bit as well. But there's always a role outside of that, I feel. And yeah, I would also say to a certain extent they kind of shot themselves in the foot by making the plot so focused on one thing for the first half of the game. Because I think the second half is better, mainly because the mystery is better. Anyway, these are all ripe corpses. Oh yes, I'm just going to carry all these in my hand. Are they in my pocket? Wahana, how are you doing this? I didn't know you had a special ability where you could turn corpses into flowers. I mean, Wahana does mean flower. This poor soul appears to be ravished by an Amalj'aa who forced him to rot for several turns of the sun. And you're just carrying them? Hi. It is good to see you returned. Were you able to secure the remains of our fallen? Yes. All the ripe corpses. With the bodies given back to proper to the earth, their souls will find their way across the sea. Wait, was I not carrying them or not? Or I guess I just gave them to you off screen in high, like, speech marks. You have done a noble deed this day, I thank you. Now then, what of the Amalj'aa? Did you see any? Surely such massive monstrosities as they cannot conceal their presence, much less take their quarries unawares. Ah, so there were Amalj'aa remaining after all. I feared as much. Their part in the lowborn disappearing is all but confirmed, but I sense there is more to this than meeting the eye. The occasional Amalj'aa raiding party would not account for people going missing in these kinds of numbers. The total is too great, and the questions too many. It would not surprise me in the least to learn of another hand in this. But whose? Countless travellers pass through Drybone every day, and even if it was one among them, how would we best discover who may be implicit in these vanishings? Oh, sounds like a job for Detective Rahana. He loves to do this stuff. What poor people think. Isambard aims to turn his investigation to the common folk. What say we turn an eye to the common folk themselves? It may be among them that we find the reason for these vanishings. 12 forbid it be so. We're going to destroy all of their trust. I hope you can help me with this, Rahana. I mean, I've been told to break a couple of fingers, so yes. There was a merchant by the name of Ungust, who was born here in Drybone and grew up in the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows the people here better than anyone else. I'd wager he's at the inn, quaffing away the day's earnings. Here, I'll write a note for you to show him, else he's not like to speak to you. Oh, can I read this note? Or is it like only he can read it? A few words scored in code by Isambard of Drybone. So again, there's probably going to be a number of quests that were here at a certain point, and it's nearly cut down on them, I think, as well. But we're going to go over here and say hello to Ungust. Wait! Well, oh, gods be damned! You're the bloody adventurer who found me back in order! What in the seven hells do you want with me now? I'm actually here to help you. Here you go. Dear friend, missing people, please help. Yours, Isambard. Folks around here are wary as they come. They turn tail and run if you so much as pass wind nearby. Blade them all for fools and coax some hard labour out of them, I did. If anything, they're even more timid than before. What of all the disappearances? I'm going to talk to him himself if he doesn't believe me. I forgot that he appears here. To be fair, there's a lot in this expansion this 2.0 that I've forgotten. And not always for the best of reasons. It can be a little bit boring in spots, I think. Please, sir, just leave me be. Damn it, I should have bought some food. Devious derelict? I've nothing to say but this. Foul take who, or whatever's been feeding off us low folk. That does remind me of how good the translation is in this game. There's one thing I can praise this game for, and all the expansions, even Dawntrail. The translation has always been fantastic, and they always put 110% into all this dialogue. Like, a lot more than other video games, it feels. All dialogue feels natural, there's great humour as well in spots. What do you want from me? I don't know anything, I swear. Please don't kill me. Everyone's so scared of me. I guess, like, you need to just not start with saying I'm going to break your fingers, Rahana. Probably why they're so scared. You should do what this guy says and stay relaxed. By Ungust, nothing happened. That was kind of pointless. Just as I told you, wasn't it? The whole lot of them are terrified. With a lot of talk again. Duck did. But he asked me to simply up and moved on to a better place. This place isn't exactly cost of the soul, if you know what I'm saying. You know? That's the rudest thing one can do to someone. Walking through them as they become a spectre. That's just uncalled for. Well, that was a quest and a half. We went to go speak to someone, we found out nothing, and now we're going to go back to you. Welcome back, Rahana. You learned aught of import? I see. I suppose I should expect as much from Ungust. Well, another thought occurred to me in your absence. The common folk are nothing if not fervent in their religious beliefs. Perhaps if they speak freely to their gods, then the clergy may know something of use. Right. A proper burial. Isambard would like you to learn what you can from the clergy. Let me redo that. If we would know what the common folk speak of to their gods, we've no better place to ask than at the church of Saint Adama Ladama. It is a small and humble church found to the northwest of here. And so long as you are headed there, might I ask you to deliver this embalmed corpse? A morbid request. Where are you keeping these corpses? In the buckets next to you? Like, where are the corpses coming from? But we must be born to burial, and I trust no No, none more than you to see it done. Ah, yes. You become a good old corpse bearer flower. Thank you very much. So you can now name Markers. Marks? Markers. He tends to the graves of the lich yard. He will tell you, I think, Marcus. Yeah. He will tell you where the bodies is to be interred. Because Q is in Q-U-E-S, Q's.
Okay, I got it.
Luckily they live right behind the church. But it's kind of, the verticality of it is interesting, right? Because the corpses are all below the earth, obviously, and some of the graves go below Camp Drybone, so I guess he just got corpses just rotting above their heads. It's a hell of a thing to do. Also probably, it depends what was established first. Was Camp Drybone established first? Was the church established first?
Ever has man sought to better his life, all too often at the expense of his brother. That desire and hope can beget suffering and death is a regrettable yet undeniable truth.
I'll come? That's a hell of a name.
Though I am not qualified to assist with the rites, I have what assistance I can to the priests. Sometimes I wonder if I'm just getting in the way, though. Rest in peace, dear uncle. Technically a cousin twice removed, but who's counting? We're too busy dividing up the estate of yours.
Damn. Saying that on his grave? That's rough. Are you Marcus?
I am Marcus, yes. A body, of course. There have been so many bodies of late.
I apologize, sir. If you seek a place of burial, then hold on. I apologize, sir. There is an empty grave atop the ridge. Take the path and lay him to rest there. Okay. Inconspicuous manhood. We've already met shady figures so far. But I trust this particular shady figure. He has a very trustworthy looking appearance. Definitely not going to be an Ascian. He's not an Ascian in describe. I don't think. I don't know. I don't remember. We get a nice little view of the Dalamud ruins over here. So one of the things I like about the Realm Reborn maps is you get to see the Dalamud destruction and like the vines coming out of the area over here. It's pretty cool. And this is one of the bigger ruins. There are other ruins across the world as well we'll be seeing, but this is one of the first I'll make note of. It even glows at night too, so it's very pretty to look at. Damn, Rahana. That is some magic you have. This made a corpse appear out of nowhere. Whoa, he made it turn him into rocks! Oh. I feel like that would have been done with a lot more grace in the current stuff. May they all walk in Foul's realm. What? Missing people? I'm afraid I cannot help you. But maybe Sister Allison can. She has been kind to me. Everyone has been so kind. I don't know why, though. Pardon me. You will find Sister Allison within the church walls. Okay, you seem to be having a problem, buddy, but you can just stay there and deal with it, don't worry. Oh, yeah, we got some people in here. Hello! Hildebrand? Why, yes, there is a gentleman interred here by that name. If you have come to pay your respects, I can... He has risen? Foul, forgive me, I thought we had rid the lich yard of zombies. Huh. Interesting dialogue to get here randomly, but okay, sure. I hear you have done us the service of burying a fallen soul. Please accept our gratitude and extend it to Isambard when next you see him. You seek knowledge of missing Drybone inhabitants? Well, it is true, I am closer to people than any of the Order. I confide in them, and they in me. When they wish to speak to the Keeper, Foul, I am a medium through which they do. Should I learn anything pertinent, I'll be sure to share the information with you. I just wish Marcus would be more helpful in the matter. I prayed nothing to offend. He saw terrible things during the calamity. His scars run deep. Indeed, he seems to now prefer the company of the dead. over the living. While tragic, I fear such behaviour ill befits the church. I received word not long ago that one of our most recent visitors, a man named Fanquid, I believe, took offence at his conduct. Must have words with Marcus, and soon. What were you doing over there, Dan? You know, with a body. Everyone's here. I wonder what everyone's doing here. It's a weird place to hang out, to be fair, in a graveyard. But maybe they like it. Oh. How am I to pay off the debts to my husband now? Or they're using, what was that, pickaxe? I'm not combing the hills for bones again. Again? What the hell's going on here? I don't like this place. It's creepy. I want to go somewhere else. I also want to be here when it gets dark to show off the crystals. I think it is getting dark. Yeah, it is in the Eorzean time. The time changes from 9 to 6 PM, so we've got about a minute and a half, about 2 minutes before it gets to 6, I think. Hi, Isambard. I met Marcus, he seems lovely, but a bit discordant also. Thank you, Rahana. A burial was no easy thing, even when the departed is a stranger. We're able to learn all to the missing common folk. You've been keeping yourself rather busy of late, haven't you, Rahana? A pleasure, my dear Isambard. The name is Fanquid, and I share a passion with you and our mutual friend here for learning what has become of these missing persons and why. I too spoke of Ungust, more times than I care to count. There seems to be some truth to this notion of the common folk speaking their secrets only to those in service to the gods. Prostration, prayer, penance, abject deeds done beyond closed doors, away from prying eyes. Who better to take the pious unawares than she who takes confession, the good sister Alison herself? Alison! She wouldn't! She couldn't! Even the most beautiful roses have thorns, my friend, and you would be wise to keep an eye to this thorn. I don't enjoy this way of speaking, Fanquid. Still, the Lich Keeper Marcus, I'd swear to the 12th I've seen that face elsewhere before. Maybe he's your long-lost brother, Fanquid, considering you both got white hair. Charlians just don't have any pigment in their hair for some reason. For the most case, a lot of them don't have it. The only ones who do is, I think, is Ida and Minfilia. But Ishtola, Fanquid, Uryongje, Papalimo, they all have white hair. Makes you wonder if there's something in the Charlian genetic that makes their hair white, like the water maybe. Isambard is concerned about the questions surrounding Sister Alison's integrity. Sister Alison, it cannot be. Though she is wont to travel to the Golden Bazaar on her own, and it is not uncommon to see her speaking to the children. But no, it could not be. She... could it? I go where are these suspicions? You were the one who told me to look inward instead of outward, I will say. I know there is one child in particular that she is fond of. Pray seek out the boy, Rahana, and see if you cannot glean something from him about Alison's activities. I don't know how to say her name, or the sister's name. Alison? Orison? One of those two, probably. Oh, it's getting dark now. It's going to be lovely and pretty. We'll ride over there. This is our first time riding through this area, but as you can see, the crystals are starting to glow now in the night. Realm Reborn areas are not my favourite. There are a couple of exceptions to that, though. Like, there is one particular area later on, which is gorgeous, and I can't wait to go there. But it will be until Heaven's Sword before we get to the truly great areas, I think. And even then, I have issues with Heaven's Sword locations. I don't like that half of them are like floating rock biomes. One of those floating rock biomes are really good, but the other two kind of blend together a little bit, and they're not my favourite. I don't like floating islands. I think they're a bit boring. Controversial opinion, maybe, but that's just how I think, really. Lululo. Beniger. Uncombed urchin. Oh, you've also got the Charlian hair. Please help!
Sister Allison went out all on her own and hasn't come back. She always reads to me right here, about Foul and the Order and the other side. I told her I lost my shiny thing and she went looking for it. But what if the monsters outside hurt her? Please find her.
This seems like a worthwhile endeavor. I'm sure I'm not going to get betrayed or stabbed in the back at all. Nah. Oh no, yeah, this is going to be entirely fine. Nothing bad is going to happen whatsoever here. Allison, how's it going? Oh, you're in trouble. Oh, you are in trouble. I'm angry! But it shows you my anger. Whoa. Punch. Knock him off the ledge. Rahana, do it. Big punch. Damn it. You were the one who came from the church. Thank goodness you arrived when you did. It seems my gratitude is yours yet again. You spoke of the child? Yes, well, I was able to find his lost trinket. There's a ring given to him by his mother before she passed. I will see it safely back to him. Okay, I'm starting to think that maybe Thancred was wrong here. I think she's fine. But I also trust my man. Him and his sexy voice are not one to be ignored. I don't feel like we're going to get betrayed by him, so maybe we just deal with her anyway, even if she's a good person. Why not? No one else can stop us. We're not the villains in this tale at all. Not in the slightest. Hi, so I think Thancred is full of shit. Sister Orison was attacked outside the Golden Bazaar. Gods forfend. I will secure a room at the inn for her should she require any rest. Searching for the mementos of orphans, and risking her own well-being in doing no less. Certainly not the dastardly deeds Thancred could have us believe. Seems very convenient that that happened at that exact moment, kind of proving her innocence. Ethan Bob seems to have a message for you from Thancred. Amalj'aa, wrong places. Is that meant to be a pun? And I'm not getting. I am well glad I reserved that inn room for Sister Orison. It seems she received greater injuries from her attacks than she initially let on. Thankfully, she is better to make a full recovery. But now, on the matter at hand, Thancred came looking for you once more. He left word that he'll be waiting at the Amalj'aa encampment to the southeast. I pray the two of you are able to uncover some evidence regarding these disappearances. I assume there's going to be something occurring here with Thancred. It is Thancred time, after all. Thancred! I'm gonna come say hello to you. Oh, look how pretty it is. No, I'm not flying, I'm gliding. I'm gliding down to the floor. There was no flying involved there whatsoever. I wish there was a little bit more control you could have. What is going on over here? What the fuck is this? There's a guy going towards it. And it's near where Thancred is. What's going on here? Oh, so this is a hunt. Thancred is right next to this. Oh. Could I not activate it? I want to talk to Thancred. Okay, the guy over here just did this too, so I'm going to go over here and talk to Thancred. Thancred, you're kind of in a bad situation right now, buddy. There you are, Rahana. So good of you to come. Indeed, I've heard all about good Sister Orison. Ethan said her wounds were serious. It would seem my suspicions about her poor Rose were misplaced. Nah, but alas, I've been ambushed, Rahana. Could you please help me kill this giant Hydra behind me? I don't think I could fight it on my own. Whilst following Sister Orison near the Golden Bazaar, a band of Amalj'aa caught my eye. Tracked them as far as a encampment, but, well, let's just say that I would much prefer to keep my distance and remain here. This, of course, brings me to why I requested you, dear Rahana. Be so kind as to take a look inside. Yes. Thankfully, I didn't activate this. Is anyone angry that I got close? I want to find out. No, we're good. That is very funny. Okay, after that whole debacle, let's go see what this is about her. Oh, hello there, sir. Oh! Jesus, I just wanted to say hello. You didn't have to be rude about it. I'm going to punch you right in your face. Yeah, get punched in the face. So there's a dungeon around here called Halatali that I don't think is required. I thought it was required when I first did this. I thought that was going to be the dungeon we were going to go through, but it was Copper Bow instead. In fact, 2 of the dungeons were things I thought we were going to be going through in episode 2, but it was not the case. But we are powerful. We're powerful boys. In fact, I'm 1 level from getting my job, which I'm not going to do because I want to get the job when I get to the level 30 quests. So I'm going to be holding off on duties until that point, I think. Search for a clue in the Amalj'aa encampment. Well, I killed a couple of Amalj'aa. I'm sure they're going to be very, very pleased. Oh no, he respawned. Yeah, we can get a good look at how the Amalj'aa, the designs, because they're kind of nuts. These big lizard guys with the big tails and big strong. They're very different to how the Amalj'aa look, who are a lot more slender in their design. Oh, looks like the level 50 monster's been killed. Did you kill it, Vanquid? Nice job, Vanquid. Thumbs up for me. I can't believe I encountered the hunt just randomly. That's crazy. Well, did anything tickle your fancy? A queer leaflet. A strange slip of parchment found at the Amalj'aa encampment in eastern Fanland. This leaflet. See the wealth of Nald in the hand of your children. It looks to be some sort of assembly to provide the poor of work. The lettering, though, atrocious is it not? And these bits about Nald files seem somewhat less than studied. I find it hard to believe one among the Order penned this. Pray to consider the inn at Camp Drybone. Let us see what Sister Orison makes of it. More teleporting, Vanquid? God, you just really want me to show off my skills, don't you? Right, I'll see you guys there. You know, I was right about this being below the graves, because we are going underneath where those graves were before. Where is she? Oh. Hey, Vanquid, how did you get here before me? Now, let's see what Sister Orison makes of this leaflet. Ah, yes, incriminating evidence. My saviour comes again. To what do I owe the honour this day? This strange leaflet. What do you make of this? What is this? Blasphemous, these are not our teachings at all. This was not made by any true brother or sister of the Order. Of that, I can assure you. Come to think of it, weeks ago the church was plagued by missing garments. Could someone be posing as a priest of the Order to deceive the people? What do you think, Vanquid? The plot thickens, Rahana. Our culprit pretends to be a priest to lend credence to his deception. There is no doubt an irony in there somewhere. But I suspect we have a worthy adversary in our hands, and I shall consider how best to handle this. For now, tell Isambard what we have learned here. This is a neat way of introducing us to Vanquid, which is what these quests are going to be for the most part, but we're going to be hanging out with the other Scions for a little bit. Kind of giving us this subterfuge, mystery kind of plotline of Vanquid makes sense, since he himself enjoys a good mystery and puzzle solving. Posing as a priest, to think. These troubling notions aside, it is gratifying to finally be able to move this investigation forward. Thank you once again, Rahana. I shall keep my ears and eyes peeled, or open, not my eyes peeled, that sounds really painful. Now more than ever. Quest to Deceive. Isambard wants to help you identify and apprehend the false priest. I'm afraid I have not seen any unusual activity, nor of any of this camp gave me cause to doubt them, but unless we can identify the culprit, and soon, more innocents will fall victim. Do not despair just yet, my friend. An idea occurs at me. Our suspect has been posing as a priest, using leaflets bearing false promises to lure the poor. Let Rahana and me serve like with like by posing as impoverished souls in need of succor. Oh, I've already got that down, buddy. Look at my clothes. Now, I dare to hope that this will yield us the answer we seek. It will be a dangerous undertaking, but you two are more than capable of looking after yourselves, and more than capable of looking really poor as well. Vanquid was like, oh, I thought I was handsome, but I guess not. I'm next to useless in a battle, but I can supply the garments for the disguise. These old tunics and slops should serve your needs, so long as you don't mind the smell and the stains. Oh, these will serve very well. You have my thanks. I guess he doesn't care about getting dirty. Oh, I don't... I get a lot more dirty than this, Rahana. You can thank me on that. What does that even mean, Vanquid?
Listen, Hana, so as to lay the foundations for our little ploy, we must make it widely known that more vagrants have arrived at camp and are desperate for coin. To this end, I want you to don the old garments, ease and boulders lent us, and beg for work around the camp. What are you gonna do? Why am I the one who's gonna embarrass myself like this? Before long, the false priest should catch wind and approach us. Hana, if you want to look good for the Scions of the 7th Dawn, you're gonna have to listen to what I have to say. I want to see you beg on the floor for money. Fine. I'll do it for you, Thancred, just because you're hottie. I mean, I guess I'll wear this. Insufficient armor space. I mean, let me strip down a bit for chat to watch and Google that for a second. Oh. I mean, it hasn't changed that much. Like, at least I still got my leggings on. In fact, I look kind of suspicious wearing all this. And you are? Another refugee by the looks of you. The immortal flames have neither work nor coin for your like. Begone and see to it you don't make a nuisance of yourself. The fucking smiles drawn it too. What a psychopath. What a terrible person Rahana is, or can be. Swanhild. High priest of teachings of Azima, the hut warden, that's another one of the 12, has thou come to partake of the honey of her wisdom. Azima is keeper of the certain goddess of inquiry. All is laid bare beneath the light of her divine countenance. Open thy heart to this light, needy child, and thou shalt want for naught to the end of days. I'll think about it. I do remember Azima being quite the hottie as well, actually. Adelstan. I was about to get to the good part. Looking for work, you say? Sorry, but we don't have any openings. Now get out of here so I can finish my story. I'll let you hit up that lady. I'm sorry for getting in your way. And thus, that man never gets to fall in love with her. And the butterfly effect continues from there. Hi, Thancred. What are you doing right now? The camp lies on the road between the Black Shard and Older. You'll find several places of note. I suppose the two most well known are the Amalj'aa encampment, where the lizard men rest, and the church of Saint Adama Ladama, where the thaumaturges tend to dead and worship foul. Now, you wonder why there are so many immortal flames and corpses about. The former keep the Amalj'aa in check, and the latter are bound to be given back to the earth. I want you to don the old garments, ease and boulders lent us, and beg for work. Just do it, Rahana. Cast aside your pride and all your happiness, and become a groveling little baby. Fine. But I better see you muck around in the dirty clothes as well, Thancred. I remember you saying you were also going to don the tunic. Orildus? What is it? God, it's not again. Look, being poor doesn't give you the right to pester whomsoever you like. Why do you keep of your own kind out by the muddy pond of yours at Jybone? I have better clothes than you. It's fucking like... Rahana slaps equally. Oh my god. Greetings, good sir. Is that all I might assist you with? Oh, I might have skipped your dialogue. Oops. Oh, I don't believe there is. I'm afraid our wares are very expensive. Mayhap you should rejoin your fellows out of the pond north of Sandgate, the dirty pond that was just referenced by my friend upstairs. You want to go grovel up in the pond, do you? Thancred, I didn't get anything out of this. All I got was a bunch of humiliation. You have quite a knack for being a nuisance, Rahana. The camp is a buzz of talk of newly arrived vagrants. And though we are unable to attract our wayward transgressors, we were able to learn that the poor have a commune by the pond north of Sandgate, to the east of here. The eyes of the authorities do not reach that place, rather ideal for spirited away hapless souls. Let us go there and wait for the kindly priest to come and offer us aid and comfort. Leaders to say you'll need to remain in disguise. You'll go into your disguise as well, right? Right? There we go. Looking better, Thancred. Looking way better in those clothes. Why don't you wear these clothes these days? You look great. A fine evening for catching false priests, wouldn't you say? Oh, that's cool that the dialogue is determined by what time of day it is as well. I didn't even realise that. Like, what if it was day? A fine evening.
Well, in my line of work, Rahana, some days are evenings, since I need to sometimes be up at night and up at day. Just kind of depends on the mood, you know? You look absolutely smashing, Rahana. Positively dressed for deception. All that's left then is to wait for our quarry to appear. Where's the other paw? Oh, you poor unfortunate souls. There's no way for men to live. No way at all. Who are you? And what do you want? I don't think we even need to lie about who this character is. You can see the fucking goatee from here. Bid ease, child, for I mean you no harm. I am a priest of the order of Nardfall, and I come to offer you succor. This leaflet bears the teachings of Nard. Trust to them, and they will surely set you free from the shackles of penury. I mean, even I don't know what the word penury means. A tempting offer, but I'm afraid I must decline. On assault and account of the atrocious performance, you would have made a god's awful murmur. Ungust! What? How did you know You bastards tricked me! I mean, you put on like a cloak, we consider still a goatee. Please don't hurt me. I was only doing it to protect my people. Is that so? Do continue. Very well. I am the man of the Golden Bazaar, raised there, if not born. Some moons ago, the Amalj'aa raids began. They would appear sudden as a sandstorm, and plunder and pillage at will. Our defenders couldn't stand against them, few as they were. Everyone lived in fear. I wanted to save my people, but being a merchant was all I knew, and so I did the only thing a merchant could. I approached the Amalj'aa in hopes of brokering a deal. In return for sparing the Golden Bazaar, they made demands, outrageous ones. Demands? What kind, pray tell? First of all, they wanted the schedule for crystal shipments from the Nanoar mines. For this, I bribed one of the workers to leak me the information. Next, they wanted me to bring them people, so I posed as a priest to lure in the vulnerable and give them over to the Amalj'aa. I didn't have a choice. Well, why were you pestering that damsel back in Older, or that other thing you did on the side? Because I don't really trust you after that, to be honest, buddy, or care. Protecting one's home is a noble thing, but at the cost of innocence. You could have sought the aid of the immortal flames that you did not. I suspect you are not telling me the full story. What made you sell out your own people? Speak! Money? That's good. What did you say? The coin was good, I said. I could sell mole meat for a score of lifetimes and not even see a fraction of what the Amalj'aa pay me. You sacrifice innocence so you can line your own pockets. Words fail to express the content I feel for you. Rahana, break his fingers. Gladly. No, spare me. I'm getting ready for it. Spare me your content. If you want to blame someone for the mess of the world, then blame yourself of all the gods. Yeah, I'm not letting you leave. Oh, not to you again. I've still got my big gloves on so I can still rip your fingers off. Where were the ones leaking the immortal flames? Patrol routes to the enemy as well. Spit it out. No, I know nothing about it. I swear it. At this stage, I'm rather disinclined to believe aught that leaves your mouth. But no matter. There'll be time enough to learn the truth. Oh. Rahana, be a good man and take word of these developments from Minfilia, would you? Gladly. I shall priest everything I can out of this filth. The adoptees are still somewhere out there. Our foremost priority is to rescue them. Oh, there you go. I just kind of feel bad now. What an asshole. Well, I'm going to put my clothes back on now, game. I'm going to assume that's a yes. There we go, and I can update my gear back to what it was before. So, I played the entirety of Realm Reborn, I think a good amount of Heavensward, without knowing that this existed. So, in the game, if you switch between classes, there are class sets which maintain your gear. If you don't have the class sets enabled, that means that you will go to your other class basically naked. And whenever you change this, your gear set would also change, which is why you can click this thing up here that says update gear set. I did not know this existed for a lot of the time I played this game when I first started, And now I look like the fool. What's going on over here? Oh, a battle I do not need to take part in because I'm going to pray return to the Waking Sands. I'll see you all there. Hi, Tataru. How's it going? I pray returned.
Mahana, how goes it? All's well here. At least in the bookkeeping front anyway.
Anyway, I'm going to go down here and go speak. Isn't it lovely that you can just teleport by edits? You're missing about a minute of travel, which isn't the worst thing in the entire world, but I think it is going to add up as we go along. All that time being wasted just teleporting here. So, when I first did this, the game did have a way to mitigate this. You got given these letters, these tickets, which contained aetheryte shards, and if you used one of those, they would have teleported you right here. Now, because I'm doing this in New Game Plus, I don't have the luxury of that, so we're just going to deal with it.
Welcome back, Mahana. I am pleased that you and Fankard have been getting along. I see. You have done well to uncover the truth. My thanks for the report. As Fankard said, we must ascertain where the abducted were taken, and none of the Amalj'aa know the answer. So as to say, they'll not willingly part with the information. I fear blood will be spilled before all is said and done.
Indeed. Life, materia, and everything. Minfilia would like you to meet a distinguished individual. Though we seek a peaceful solution to the primal problem, we must needs be ready to fight for our cause, that you might take to the field suitably prepared. I would have you meet with a goblin acquaintance of mine. His name is Mutamix Bubblypots, and he is a scholar of no small repute. Mutamix is renowned for having introduced a revolutionary method of enhancing equipment to Eorzea. The knowledge of this method was once a closely guarded secret, but thanks to Mutamix and his students, it has now been disseminated to the great benefit of all the realm. It would serve you well to acquire an understanding of the process. For this purpose, I shall lend you a blade. Take it to Mutamix and bid him to use it to demonstrate his craft to you. Right. I forgot what this was for a second there, but now I remember what this is. Mutamix's area to be found at his camp in central Fanalan, a place known as the Bonfire. Look for a pillar of smoke and the way will become clear. Right. So, within the world, and I will teleport for this, within the world of Final Fantasy XIV there are Materia. Materia is a thing that's in other Final Fantasy games as well, but mainly in Final Fantasy VII. In this game, it is used to increase the stats of your equipment and weapons. We are not going to be using it for any of the expansion stuff in this playthrough. It will make little to no difference on the combat, and this will be a waste of time to buy level 1 materia. Now, it's different to endgame. In endgame, it's definitely worth doing because it does give you a noticeable bump up in combat. But because of eye level and how I can have higher eye level gear than I would otherwise have, there is no point of investing into it in this playthrough. So, instead, I'm going to be focusing on taking you through this quest, and then we're going to be moving on. I forgot this existed. I thought that I was like, wait, we're going to go see goblins now? I don't remember this. Now I remember why I don't remember it, because there's this whole thing here involving them here. So, we're going to go over here and go talk to them. Go see what they have to say about materia that we already don't know. Look at this giant machine in the background. It's crazy. Hi, Mutamix.
Pish, gosh. Who is Uplander? Come to tent ring of Mutamix Bubblypots.
I got this weapon for you. Minfilia's dagger. This plain dagger has absolutely no defining characteristics, except that the hilt does smell quite nice. Kind of like Minfilia herself. No. Out of context lines. Fighty tall drinks and airy stuff, self.
When full of airy stuff, Fighty Tall changes to Stony Shine. Name of materia.
Oh god, you also be like goblins.
If materia joins another Fighty Tall, then Big Eyes. Fighty Tall gains power of airy self. Mutamix is reckoning that Uplander is friend of Minfilia.
Maybe. What's it to you? Oh wait, I'm here to get help from you, shit.
Yes, tongue flaps reach ears of Mutamix of fastness.
Minfilia wants Uplanders to see power of Materia. Uplander brings Fighty 2 to Mutamix. Yes?
I just realised how much of a pain to do this voice is going to be. Luckily, we're not doing Alexander here. If I was doing the Alexander quest line, there would be a lot of voice breaks.
Fighting tool is unstrong as eating tool. Make good TV show of power of Materia.
To tutor under this character, did they have to like promise to speak in Goblin speak? The Materia Master.
Now eyes of Uplander point at Fighty tool. Yes? Push, push. Materia join a Fighty tool. I will not teach you pentamelding because that will be a massive pain in the airy side. Fighty tool gains power of Materia. Fighty tool reborn. Here Uplander take Fighty tool to Minfilia.
Materia, strictly speaking, is a kind of crystal. It is created by drawing out the etheric constituents from a piece of equipment and then crystallizing them. I realise I'm now going to get fired for not speaking in Goblin talk.
Not just any old equipment will serve, mind you. Must have sufficient spirit bond. That being a measure of how fully an item has been imbued with its owner's spirit, I'm also going to get fired.
When you attach a piece of materia to your gear, you imbue the host item with its power. That's how Master Mutabix turned that dagger of yours from Summit of what would have struggled to cut steak, into a weapon worth wielding. I'm also going to get fired. Bishgosh, Uplander wishes to be joiner of Materia. Then Uplander's best fill brain case of knowledge of crafty making. With knowledge of crafty making, Uplander can become joiner of Materia. If Uplander want brain case to rattle with knowing of Materia, Uplander best trade tongue flaps with learning ones of Mutamix.
I'm good. I appreciate your time, all of you, but I'm gonna pray return to the Wakened Sands. Pray return. So now you kind of get an experience of what that was like. So, yeah, we went out to do one thing, and we immediately had to come back across this small walk. It's not, again, it's not massive, but it adds up. And it's a time that could have been spent just putting a damn Aetheryte here. Like, no one wants to go to fucking Horizon. No one wants to go here. Like, put 2 Aetherytes here, put one here, bam, you're done. They could even fix that, but they won't because like it's so tied to the story that it would take so long to unravel the spaghetti. Like they even reference the fact that there's no Aetheryte here in the plot.
Welcome back, Rahana. I trust your visit to the bonfire proved fruitful.
Yes, I have now a magic dagger. A once ordinary dagger now makes special of the wonders of Materia. No, put it in there.
Ah, what a remarkable difference a single piece of materia can make. Granted, the skills needed to manipulate the substances are not easily acquired, but one need not only look upon the results to realize such efforts are worthwhile. As I am sure you are aware, the quality of one's equipment can be the difference between a victory and defeat. Materia may well give you the edge you need, Rahana, so make it your ally. Now, it is time to discuss the matter of your next mission. Pray speak with me when you're ready to begin.
But the one thing you are going to notice about Minfilia's character, and this is an opinion I have of her in this game, is that Minfilia suffers from being an exposition box, basically. And unfortunately, she doesn't get given that much character outside of a few certain cutscenes in patches, which kind of sucks. She feels like more of a plot device than actually being her own person, and this is something that the later expansions have gotten very good at avoiding. Even Dawn Trail. I think Dawn Trail is good at giving a lot of the characters still a lot of human moments and putting in a little bit of humor in there just for them to feel like they're actual people. Minfilia, unfortunately, kind of gets fucked over by a Realm Reborn writing, and she never really recovers from it as a character, and as you'll see what they do with her, it makes sense why, for the most part. But everyone else does get a lot more human moments, and I like Minfilia fine. Apparently she's better in 1.0, but I haven't played 1.0, so I wouldn't know. Lord of the Inferno. Yeah, I think nothing bad's gonna happen in this quest, right, Minfilia? Minfilia would like you to assist with Immortal Flames. Word has arrived from Thancred concerning our ongoing investigation. It appears he was able to extract some information from our friend Ungus, the false priest, who has less fingers now. He revealed that he is due to meet with the Amalj'aa to discuss their dealings. The Immortal Flames believe that the meeting will present an ideal opportunity to ambush and capture the Amalj'aa responsible for the abductions, and so they mean to have Ungus attended as well. As the Amalj'aa anticipated to offer fierce resistance, the Immortal Flames requested our support, mainly just you, Rahana. I would have you to provide it to them, Rahana. Thancred is presently attending to another matter, but he will join you as soon as he is able. Until such time as he does, you will be the Scion's sole representative on that ground. So all that firepower I was talking about is you, Rahana. Don't fuck up. Before he left, he bade me to tell you to save some for him. Because his confidence in you, confidence I share. Thancred, my old pal, we both wear poor clothes together. When you have made ready, pray take yourself to Camp Drybone and report to the Flame Sergeant leading the mission. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Now, obviously, this is going to have an inherent effect on my emotions to these characters. Like me already knowing Thancred has an effect on that character and how much I enjoy him in Realm Reborn. But yeah, they kind of do the bare minimum to make you like him. So I can kind of understand while going to this first time, you don't really just care as much about him as you would otherwise. I think he's a fine character, but yeah. Hi, I'm your support. I know I don't look like much, and you're giving me the angry eyes. Are you kidding me? Is this who they sent? Fucking a cat boy? Are you Rahana Ayashi of the Scions? My thanks for attending, friend. We're stronger for your... What is this guy doing? Okay, he's just lifting a box. I was like, what? Is he twerking on the ground? What's going on? Allow me to brief you on our mission. Our objective is to capture Amalj'aa and prize from them the whereabouts of the abductees. The lizard men aren't aware that their man Ungus has been exposed. When they come to the rendezvous point to meet the traitor, we'll spring the trap. Ow! 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 Owing to the clandestine nature of the mission, we can deploy only a small contingent. Every member must count, and so we requested the aid of the Scions. The rendezvous will take place at the Invisible City. Please make your way there and lie in wait. We stand to learn much and more of the Amalj'aa plot if the mission succeeds, Rahana. Let's make sure it does. Yeah, I'm sure nothing bad is going to happen at all in this mission. I think nothing bad is going to happen. Lie in wait at the Invisible City? Yes. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is gonna be fine. I wish they disguised this better. I know they can't really do that for some things, but they do it sometimes. They disguise like the instances like this. I am also here. Is the bait in place? Our man is in position, sir. Good. We make our move as soon as the Amalj'aa appear. But what if they kill him, sir? No milk spilt on me. Whatever that phrase means. No hot water spilt. Oh god, I gotta do an Amalj'aa voice? Oh god, okay, give me a sec. Oh? Maybe they won't speak. Wah! Okay, no, never mind. What is the meaning of this? We were just saying hello to have tea. Wait, something's amiss. Uh-oh. Looks like we got trapped. This bastard. Oh, what a good, what a fucking knee scratcher. Oh, what a great pun. What the hell is so funny? Oh, there's an evil traitorous for a soldier. I'm afraid a little ambush ends here. I eluded the Immortal Flames clutches for moons before finally being caught. Did you not wonder how I managed it? 'Twas almost as if someone was feeding him information from the inside. You got a giant scary guy behind you, buddy. Fucking zoom in. Your every move was known to me ahead of time. I can't believe we let these traitors do another traitorous thing. When will you stop betraying us, Ungust? Now, as much as I'd love to chat away, I have appointments to keep. They're all yours. Oh, I can't wait to punch your face until it's like a crater. Why are you just waving at him? What the hell's going on? Oh, they're all big and scary. Oh no, I feel bad for the other two. They're just like they're low-paid soldiers, and they ended up getting put in a bad place here. But I'll deal with the ads while everyone else fights the bad guys. And now your friends will keep you company. Traitors! When I get my hands on him. It's cool that they made art for these one-instance fights. Well, that's a lot more effort than I would have put in for redoing them. Piece of cake. One would call the Hano a punch cake. How long will you last, I wonder? Pretty long. I haven't lost any HP, and I still got my healing capabilities in battle. We're just going to focus on killing the big guy now. The show is just beginning. Oh, where is this man? Where is he? Can I punch him in his face? Like, how did he end up getting, like, putting all these guys under his fingers? There he fucking is! Like, can I just go? No, because the red gate in the way. Like, he's fighting him. I can go there and punch him in his mouth. Look at his twat. He's like cheering him on. This is making me very sad right now. Oh. Bahano is too weak to fight this guy, I guess. I mean, I was the only one for the Scions they sent to do the fight here. There was a Lalafell here? Put up your weapons, or your comrade's a dead man. Traitorous flame soldier. I thought I knew you. Behind you! What? It became bubbles. Do I have new powers? Wait, did he hit me with a sleep spell? Bring him. The rest of you march. Traitorous scum. If only Thancred was here. This is Thancred. Damn, I got entirely fucked over. Can I just teleport out of here? Bye. Wait, no, it's not what we expected. Hi, guys. I guess we're all imprisoned in here together. They're gonna kill us, aren't they? I just want to die. I want to go home. The lizard men marched us to their stronghold. They're preparing for something, and I, for one, do not want to be around when they finish. Oh, you look so demoralized. I'm sorry. I mean, it sucks that we got betrayed, doesn't it? Listen well. These waters feed into the marshes of Drybone. A short swim will set us free. However, if all of us attempt to flee or like to be discovered, you alone must sneak out and assemble a rescue party. Once you have won free, seek our comrade stationed at Drybone. He will show you the way back here. May the 12 speed you away. No. I would love to help, but no. I've got more important things to do, unfortunately. I fear the Amalj'aa mean to give us their god as an offering. If I died, and let me die a soldier's death with steel in hand. The Barrel of Embers is now accessible. But this makes more sense now, chat. We're about to meet the Amalj'aa's god. God who has already been given a name. But we're going to be meeting him right now. So, as I said before, this was originally a trial. Trials are different to dungeons. Dungeons are long linear locations, trials are one given fight. Kind of like how we had those end bosses in the dungeons, but it's a larger version of that. However, since the remake and the Redux all this stuff, this is now technically a dungeon boss. It is not a trial, which means it can be done with allies, I think. If I'm correct. Yes. So it can be done with a party of NPCs. So it's unique in that sense that it's not a trial anymore. You can't find it in the trial bar, for example. It's not in here. Oh, no, it is. Never mind. Thought it wasn't in here anymore. Okay, I'm talking shit, I guess. Owing to a betrayal, you have been captured by the Amalj'aa and taken to their stronghold of Zanrak. There is to be given as an offering to the primal Ifrit. If you are to survive this fiery encounter with the Lord of the Inferno, you and your comrades must fight with no less than every ounce of your strength. Should you fall, your souls shall burn for eternity. No pressure then, I guess. That'll be fine. We're gonna fight with Marauder, Conjurer, and Formato. People who I've gone out. Oh, the Scions! I guess these are the people that Minfilia was talking about, like who can come and help me. Right, here we go. So I lied when I said it wasn't our first trial, but it is a unique trial because all trials usually have 8 people, but this is only going to have 4 people in it. Lord of the Inferno, hearken to our plea. Lord of the Inferno, deliver us from our misery. Oh, that was a cool rhyme, Greg. That was a cool rhyme. O mighty Ifrit, Lord of the Inferno. Temexo, your humble servants beseech you. Great as your stop making me laugh, Ohana. My good boy. Whoa. So there is a certain plot point with the primals that I'm not going to talk about right now, but it is important to understand about how primals work. They are gods that are created through a level of crystals in the atmosphere. O mighty Ifrit, we bring before you ignorant savages who know not your godhood. If it pleases you, Lord, scorch their heathen souls with your cleansing fame and mark them as your own. Bloody hells! I want to die with a sword in my hand. Bring those 2 as well. I'm a kitty cat. Oh! Guess who got screwed over? What's going on? This ain't what we agreed. You telling me that you betrayed us after we betrayed our friends 15 times? None but servants of Lord Ifrit may behold the rite of summoning. The souls of unbelievers are forfeit. No! Spare me, I beg you! Okay, I gotta do an Ifrit voice now. Pitiful children of men, by my breath, I claim you. Oh, had a bit of asphalt in my throat. Arise once more as my loyal minions. Feed my flames your full faith, and all who stands against us shall burn. Oh, what a lovely blessing. He's making them his servants. Isn't that a nice thing to do? Truly you are a generous man, Ifrit. Ah! Oh. Well, I seem to be fine. Oh, mighty Ifrit. My one true god. Your words are my bread. What have you done to them? Impossible! But what sorcery do you resist my master's will? I don't know, actually. I do. I'll put my hand up. I do know what this means, but I'm not going to say yet. Could it be? Your soul already belongs to another. Yes, that is the only explanation. Oh wow, they say it right here. Because that is not how they explain it in this expansion, but they literally say it right here. That's how this works. Forsooth, thy frail mortal flame can serve as vessel to the blessing of but one. Yet I smell not the taint of another upon thee. The truth of thine allegiance waxeth clear. Foul art of the godless blessings number. The paragons warn defiance abhorrent kind. Fine existence is not to be suffered. Damn, he whacked the floor. He made a ring of fire. I love that song. Oh, he angry. God, that looks cool. Right, guys. I assume you also have the power that I have, because otherwise you would be like wanting to ask if you want a bath or something right now. So, ready? Oh, we're gonna do a little dance number. Okay, still a little dance number. No, okay, you don't want to do that. Right, charge into battle, guys. We die like men. Ah! My flames shall consume thy flesh and soul both. Cool story, buddy. I'm not gonna let you do that. I guess I can explain it here, but they'll explain it after the cutscene how our powers work. But you can assume it's one of the things that they've already shown for our character. It's one of the reasons why Minfilia sent us here, I think, because only we would be fine. Succumb to the Inferno! I don't think I will. So yeah, the trial fights are arena fights, mainly. Bosses would use mechanics to try and catch you out. We're not going to be seeing anything too crazy. But they have remade the final boss from Realm Reborn to be a lot more interesting. So I am looking forward to that. I've done that a couple of times already, but the main mechanic here is watch out for the eruptions on the floor and then move back. At least that's what I'm going to be doing as my character. It looks amazing. Like, the arena here is great. I love the Ring of Fire, I love the solar eclipse that Ifrit caused, even though it has like certain implications that don't make a whole lot of sense afterwards. Surrender thyself to the fires of judgment. Oh, okay, there is a mechanic here. So we got a nail that appeared. You destroy the nail before it explodes. It could do a lot of damage to us. You guys gonna help? Okay, you are helping. So the tank is currently keeping the boss away from us. Which is for the best, because I think he does have tank busters that are hard to avoid. So he's gonna use Hellfire here. Thy soul shall burn for eternity! Thou strong, mortal. He lost his crusty text. I'm hitting you right in your foot, Ifrit. I do prefer this design to kind of the more humanoid Ifrit designs that we've got in other games. I think it just feels more like a, you know, wrath or evil fire demon. And that isn't entirely humanoid. I think the one in 16 looks fine. I don't like how blocky it looks. But I think the best one, in my opinion, is one from 8. I think that one looks incredible. And I enjoyed the part in 8 where Shiva appeared and treated him like he was his ex. It was very funny. I'm gonna use my limit wake. Yeah, not yet. Use my limit wake. But yeah, this fight harkens down to watch out for puddles on the ground, destroy one DPS check, and we are done. I don't even know what he said because it disappeared on the screen. Damn. Imagine how the Amalj'aa feel right now. They just watched a Catman just slay their god. Oh, crystal. Don't mind if I do take that. They're just that shocked right now. Oh, I was going to give him head scritches. You stopped us from doing that. Sorry. Oh. This feels like a plot device I just picked up. You have acquired a second Chaos Emerald. Forgot how RPG this feels. I can like unlock the 6 sages and then you can go fight Ganondorf. It's a video game at the end of the day, but it feels a lot more video gamey here than it does in later expansions. Pray forgive my lateness. I arrived precisely when I needed to, which was after the fighting. I bet he arrived way earlier. I don't know, this is the reason why I didn't like Thancred when I first did this, because he just shows up after the fight and doesn't do any of the work. I was delayed by a congregation of Amalj'aa zealots. I swear, each seemed more evangelical than the last. Persistent lot. Now watch me do this, just so I don't seem like a complete, like, waste of time. I guess they were sharp knives. Phew. I see the blood sworn wasted no time to settle the captives, no less than I'd expect from the Flame General's hand-picked men. As for those two, it is fair to say their hardship has only just begun. They have much to answer for. I feel I owe you an apology, Vahana. Had I known this mission would prove so dangerous, I would never have left you to face it alone. You have been given a veritable baptism of fire. No, it's no good. It's all fine. But let us continue this conversation in more agreeable surrounds. Come Drybone, shall we say? This way, sir! Right, I don't think they mention it here then. Maybe it's like an offhand comment, but they do talk about the nature of what's happened to the people who are possessed by the thing. So, that was the mighty Ifrit. Those mouth animations are great. What a disappointment he was. The readers are nowhere near what I anticipated, even taking Alden interference into account. You should know better than to rely upon the 5-year-old data left by the 7th Legion. Nor can we expect any form of support from the motherland. Given the troubles at court, we have only ourselves to rely upon. Never the pessimist, my dear Olivia. Promise me you'll never change. We've wasted enough time here. That meter of yours is too old to give any readings worth a damn. Not that they were aught worth a damn for it to read, but I take your point. Suppose we must content ourselves with the knowledge that we've achieved our primary objective. Yet I find that I am troubled by the adventurer's unexpected show of strength. Could such a foe prove a hindrance to our plans? Perhaps. But that is a consideration for another time. You have been given a task. That is your priority. I suggest you treat it as such. Fail to do so as my lord commands, and I will spare him the trouble of punishing you. Oh. I think some people would like that, unfortunately. Allies like that. Beware a woman in love. I shall need to be on my best behaviour. Look at how snarky he was in this game. I love him. I love him. He's wonderful. But that is it. We did it. We got through that. Yeah, so that was quite a long cutscene, huh? Luckily, that was at the end of the mission, so everyone else could leave if they were in this. But this is something that Realm Reborn does, and even Heavensward, I think, which they do fix eventually. There are cutscenes before the boss in some dungeons that can be up to 5 minutes long, which is not fun for returning players. So what they've done since Heavensward is they always reserve those cutscenes for either prior to the dungeon or after you finish fighting the boss. So when you get there, you fight the boss, and then you get a big cutscene afterwards. I vastly prefer that, because there's going to be a dungeon here which I would feel bad for dragging people through the cutscene for, because it is, I think, literally 8 minutes long. Or, no, probably not that, but about 6 to 7 minutes long. But we'll see the most egregious example of that later on during the last few dungeons. But thank you guys for the help, I appreciate it. Good jobs, crew. My Echo Squad. Angrid. Right, yeah. There you are, Vahana. Come, rest a while. You have no better opportunity. After witnessing their god's ignominious defeat, the Amalj'aa will be less inclined to risk our wrath. For a time, at least. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, I was in the process of apologising. I do hope you can forgive me. I arrived too late to be of any use to you or the abductees. They may be whole of body, but the same cannot be said of their mind. For once a man is tempered, but it ill suits me to dwell on the negatives. Amidst all our misfortunes, there is still reason to rejoice. Ifrit is slain, and by your hand no less. That is a deed of no ordinary individual, Rahana, that I ever thought you were ordinary. On the contrary, I have long suspected you have the potential to shape the fate of the realm. What can I say? My fine eye's talent remains undimmed. Minfilia will be proud beyond all reckoning when she hears your deeds. I trust you shan't object to my bearing the tides to her? That way I can claim to have contributed something to this mission. You, meanwhile, have earned yourself a rest. Take some time to relax, and return to the Waking Sands when you are good and ready. We can discuss matters in more detail then. Don't take too long, will you? The realm's problems won't solve themselves. And with that, we will pray return to the Waking Sands next time. That's it for today. We fought a fleet, there's been heavy loss, and we'll continue next time with, I believe, I forget what happens next time, but I'll have a look for you guys to get a little teaser. Yes, next time is going to be all about Gridania and meeting a new beast tribe, who are going to be a lot more friendly than the ones we've encountered so far. I'll see you guys for that then. Ciao for now, and goodbye.